All right, welcome to the Iron Sharpening Iron Show. I'm your man, Big Jack. This is where we prove we are stronger together, that if each one would just reach one, we can all grow and glow. And today is another beautiful day, and we have a wonderful show for you. I hope we have a wonderful show for you because we had little issues with some time zones, and the guest that I had scheduled for today, we're going to have to maybe reschedule that person, but that doesn't stop the show from going on. I am so excited about all the things that's getting ready to happen with the Iron Sharpening Iron Universe and everyone who has been a part of us and helping us or supporting us to get to the point that we are now, and we got some big things going. You can see right now the little background changed a little bit because they got the Big Jack stories coming up, where I'm going to be breaking it down and just sharing who I am. And then I've been doing a trivia time with Big Jack. So I don't know if you've been participating, but I read a trivia question on one day and then give you the answer on the next day. So those are some of the little things we got going, and definitely looking forward to all the other spinoffs that's coming from the Iron Sharpening Iron universe. And I'm super excited about everything. So I don't want to prolong what we got. So I know we're going to do something special today, because as long as I'm here, I'll talk to you until I can't talk no more. I know that my man is somewhere around, so I'm gonna get him up on this stage so that way we can kick this show off. So bear with me while I get my man up on the stage. All right, my man. What's
Big
up?
Jack, my man. What's happening, sir? How you doing, brother?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm good. But look, we're in a situation right now. So
Well, you know.
the guests I was supposed to have on the show today, because of their time difference, they're in Europe, and the time difference would have been a little hard. So
Okay.
we got to work something out maybe in November where we can get them on the stage. So
Okay. Okay.
I guess it's just gonna be me and you today. I mean, we're
All
gonna
right.
hang
Well, put me in, coach. I mean, I'm fine with that. Hey,
out.
man. Look, man. You know, they told me bring your jersey, get on the bus. Maybe we'll put you in the game. I told my parents to get there early just in case. So
Just
here
in
we are.
case, right?
Here
Well,
we
there
are.
you go. There you go. So I
Yeah.
guess it's just gonna be me and you. I don't know how we're gonna do this. I do know we got a strong team.
Mm-hmm.
Boss B is here, and then we might get Boss B up here maybe.
Man, we get B
But
out of there. Let's get B out the honeycomb, out the beehive, man. Let's get B out the beehive,
yeah, she got a lot of work going on. So with the ladies' diary, and
man.
now and Boss B getting ready to do some new things too. So I mean,
Yeah, man.
you
She's
see the
she's
new
stepping
logo back
into.
there, right? See
Yeah, that
that?
was pretty cool. I see Big Jack stories, man. I see what's
Yeah,
happening. I see what's
yeah,
going
so
on
we're
here,
gonna
man.
we're gonna do some spinning, man. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to tell my story. So not knowing what we're gonna do. I mean, we've done it
Mm-hmm.
before, and
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we can see if B want to come up on the stage, or maybe we get everybody up on the stage.
Yeah.
Sound like a good flip the script day to me. What do you?
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, that's what it is, bro. Hey, look, we're gonna adapt and overcome the circumstances, whatever.
Well,
And
sound like a
this
plan.
is not even a major emergency, man.
All
Yeah.
right.
So
Well,
yeah,
hey,
we can handle whatever it is. We can handle it, man. Our motto stands true: at no time
hey,
is
check it
the
out.
champion troubled.
So since we're gonna try to get everybody up here, let me hit the button no different than any other show that we've done, and that's just get everybody. We're gonna welcome everybody to the stage. So hopefully, when this is all said and done, we all be up here and we can have a conversation. We're gonna flip
And
this script. There you
and
go.
there it is.
Well,
And there it
that's
is.
welcome everybody to the show.
Well, as you know, just a few weeks ago, I was in the hot seat. I was the one being interviewed. And I'm excited that today I get to interview you three. And before I even get started, I just want to say that since becoming a part of the Iron Sharpening Iron Universe, I have been delighted. I feel like my world's opening up. I feel like I am actually finally walking out my purpose and reaching people in a way that I never thought I would. So that I just want to start out by saying I'm very grateful to be a part of this universe. I'm very grateful to get to know each and every one of you even more. And so I'm excited also to ask you some questions today. I'm
Oh
excited
boy.
to get, yes, 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 because when you come on your show, people always say how comfortable they are. They always say how you make them feel. And I experienced that. So I know exactly what our guests are saying. And since the Ladies' Diary and coming up, all of the things that are coming up with the Coach's Corner and Voices of Resilience, like I feel like the world is opening up for me. So I want to share that excitement, but I also want people to know who Boss B, Walt Talks, and Big Jack Storytime is also. So I'm excited to be able to reintroduce you all to the world because I just don't, there's so many people out there who have not had the benefit or the pleasure of knowing who you guys really are and what you bring to the world. So I'm hoping that you get a chance to share a bit more. So are we ready for this?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay. All right, because I have some questions.
I'm
Okay.
sure you do. I'm sure you do.
All right, all right, all right. Well, I'm gonna get started with Big Jack story time since I believe this was his sort of his original dream, but we'll hear a little bit more about it, right? So the first question I have is, and actually, no, all of these questions that I'm about to ask, I need all of you to sort of check in on,
Mm.
but we'll
Okay.
just get started. So, Big Jack, what does the phrase iron sharpening iron mean to you personally?
Oh wow. Iron sharpening iron. We know it's a Bible verse, so that was where it first came from for me was the Bible verse, but tied into the show, tied into the universe, it's all about. I have a lot. I believe I have a lot to offer. I have a lot of things that can help a person grow and develop. But I'm learning every day. So the iron sharpening iron is I'm looking for someone not so much to be like-minded, but someone who has just enough friction that's going to make me grow, that's going to cause me to be sharper when the show is over. So that is what iron sharpening iron means to me. So every guest that I try to get on the stage and everyone I even reach out to is someone that's going to bring something to the table that when it's all said and done, not just me, but even the people that's watching the show will be stronger because they watched it. So that is
Mhm.
what iron sharpening iron means to me. Yes,
That's
my
nice.
answer to your question.
That's nice. That's nice. That's good. Boss B, you want to check in on that? What does it mean to you personally?
Sure. Actually, same meaning, just a little bit different purpose for me because, well, when Big Jack found me, and he did find me, it was we were both just starting out, and things were going on, and he gave me a safe space for me to be able to find who BBTV is, and here I am. So
Beautiful.
it's that growing together thing for me too. It
Mhm.
really is. And I think that's probably my biggest thing is because he and I have been growing together for quite a while now, and I'm so pleased to be doing that and bringing more people in. And I mean, it's definitely a movement.
Yes, and it definitely shows in the way in which you communicate and the way in which you think. Yes, so that's amazing. Walt, what do you have to say about it?
Uh, it's personal for me too. You know, the iron
Yes.
sharpening, two knives sharpening. So Jack and I have had a competition from day one since we've known each other. It hasn't been really announced, but if we show up in the same place at the same time, he wants to beat my brains out, and I want to beat his brains out. Jack, right?
You're
So
right.
what's understood doesn't need to be discussed. Now, truth be told, I was the same way with his father, and he was the same way with his father too, because his father was a personal friend of mine, and we always tried to beat him, and he tried to beat us, and the old man thing, and I'm older than Jack, so you know, there's a competition. Is not bad. It's healthy. So
Right.
iron sharpening iron. I am a better person when I compete against Jack. We're not competing here. So it was just a natural progression to kind of work together. And I don't feel like, I mean, we're still sharpening each other, but I don't feel like he's just trying to beat my brains out for a change, you know, because the man is a hell of a competitor. And a lot of people don't know that. I call him all shucks who me, but the man is a competitor through and through.
Very competitive.
Yeah.
Very competitive. But the good thing is when he came to the show, he took that skill set and shared it with the world. I mean, helping people with logos, helping people with commercials, StreamYard, you know, like growing and glowing together. He lives that. I mean, that's what it is, you know. He still wants to beat you. He still wants to compete with you, but he wants to compete with the best version of you, you know. So he just kind of took that, and it was a natural thing because he'll help you, you know, do anything. He'll be the first one after he knocks me down. He'll help me up off the ground, you know.
Well, you know, they say cream rises to the top, right? So
no doubt. I mean, but I'm a better man for it. Oh yeah. And golf, I just use golf as probably the best example of it. You know, he came and took the golf league that we were in by storm. Got a collection of trophies, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, he was just starting out. Came in and just won 8, 9 tournaments maybe in his flight. So of course, me being me, I'm like, hey man, this guy really needs to move up to another flight. I mean, he's been playing for a year, but he really needs to move up to another flight. And I don't know if they moved him or they thought about moving him, but he handled his business. So he's a very competitive person. When he puts his mind to it, it's done. It's a done deal. So
I'm hearing that Big Jack is a golfer.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
No. I know how to play golf.
No, we play golf. We are not
golf, but I'm not a golfer. No.
Yeah. I mean, only look, we play golf. We are not golfers. No golfer, no amateur golfer will claim that because golf is like being in love with a woman you can't stand. It doesn't treat you fair all the time. So nobody will admit to being a golfer unless they're getting paid for it.
Unless they're getting paid to do it. Yeah.
So many people
that's much better. But Mama Lyons, if I can add to what Walt said and even B said, it's just the big part to this is I need them. You know, I appreciate what they said, but I need them because it's their push that makes me want to keep going and make it better. You know, I want a real product to come out of this. I know there's so many things you can look at on YouTube and Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and all of that. There's so many things and so many people that's out there doing it. But I want to produce a product that you can actually get something from. When it's all said and done, you're like, man, I'm much better in my life because of that show or because of that guest or because of that, you know, what they said. And because of this, you know, Walt Talks and Boss B, they don't allow me to just bring any mess on the stage. There's no extra drama, this and that. And because of that, we're stronger. I think we're stronger as a team because of that. And I appreciate that. I really do. That's, you know, even I know that you're the newest member to the team, but I saw that even when you was just as a panelist and as a guest, and I'm sitting there like, wow, this is someone that's going to make us go to the next level. This is going to bring something that we didn't have because of your experiences and your profession. You're now putting us in the next another threshold, putting us at another level. And I appreciate that. I really do. I really do. All of
I appreciate that. And you know, that kind of leads me to my next question. Big Jack, when people finish listening to you and the show in general, that could be Walt, could be Boss B. But when people finish listening, what do you hope they walk away feeling or thinking?
Me personally, that it wasn't a waste of my time. That you know, sometimes I get caught up watching social media and then clicking, and I'm like, man, I just lost a whole hour, 2 hours, and I don't have anything to show for it. You know, I didn't get anything out of that 2 hours of what I was just watching or whatever. Because, you know, sometimes it's just scrolling through. But,
we're all guilty of that.
What I want this to be is that when it's all said and done, that you're talking to someone else about it, that you're, you know, sharing this information that you just learned or sharing that story that you just heard with somebody. And it could be some of the bad and it could also be some of the good. I mean, one of the big things that you brought to the family, the universe, was the lemonade, you know, and I'm like, that was like perfect when it was said. And I'm sitting there watching the show and I'm like, man, that felt so, so in line with everything that was going on. And because we honestly we hear so much about the bad, and it's
Right.
like, where's the good to this? And it doesn't have to be. So iron sharpening iron, that now because of this, I came in a little dull. I wasn't really at my best, but when it was over, I'm much better as a person. I'm able to go out there and defeat whatever that's going to come in front of me because I actually watched the show.
Love it. Love it. I can honestly say that's how I felt. It's like when I first encountered Iron Sharpening Iron, I had no idea what, or, it wasn't a platform that I was aware of. And so I kept thinking to myself, you know, is this something my particular, rising resilience people would be interested in? And then I realized that yes, because at the end of the day, I'm all about resilience. I'm all about people being able to not only bounce back from adverse situations, but also rise up stronger, be better. And I see this show, that this platform, that this universe absolutely does that. And I think the diversity and the different people that you're bringing to the stage, the different from all walks of life, all different looks and experiences, only enriches and makes it available to so many more people. And so I can definitely see that people walk away feeling great because there's something they can pull from it that works for them. So I'm very excited to be a part of this universe. So Walt,
Yes, ma'am.
what's a personal philosophy or
No.
life lesson that you bring into every episode?
Eh, I'm a big context person. Okay, so my motto is relationships run the world, right?
Mhm.
And I do okay with small talk, but if you're somebody I know, respect, like, even somebody I dislike, I need to know why. I need to know that we are having a real conversation. I mean, we may disagree, that's fine, but I need to have a real conversation. For example, today is Wednesday.
Mhm.
If you tell me you're going to pick me up tomorrow, right?
Mhm.
And I say, okay, cool, I appreciate that. And then at the end of the conversation, you say, okay, so Friday we're on. You thinking today is Thursday, today, then today is Wednesday. We have to have a conversation. We got to stop right there. Now, I know that's a pain in the neck for a lot of people coming from me. I get it. But the way my brain works, I need context because I'm not worried about, I don't really worry about, excuse me, I don't really worry about what people do or say to me. I want to know what made them get to that point.
Mhm.
I want to see your side of this equation. That's just the way I've been that way since I was a kid. You
Mhm.
know, I mean, hey man, I can understand you punch me in the face, okay, but what you punch me in the face for?
Mhm.
And I'm like, I didn't even say or do that. Now, I'm still going to fight you, but I just wanted to know what it was about. So I just need context. I'm a big context person. So when you see the internet and you see, and I scroll too sometimes, I watch YouTube stuff, but you feel like it's canned. You feel like you don't really get it. When we
Mhm.
have guests on the show, and especially the role that I play with the show, I
Mhm.
don't know who's coming on the show. I don't know what they're going to talk about. I don't know what
Mhm.
their story is. So I get to listen and I get to ask questions. So that's right down my alley.
Mhm.
I don't, I mean, and I'm saying from the standpoint of it's not rehearsed. I just get to ask questions because things people say intrigue me. And then you see that everyone's just trying to figure it out, because the person who, the self-made man slash woman, the person who has all the answers, I got no use for that person because I don't trust that person because, so I'm the only one that's trying to figure this out. Everybody else got this thing all figured out. And sometimes our insecurities a lot makes us project sometimes project our insecurity on people. And with Big Jack and the interviews, I get to come in and ask questions. So I mean, that's what it is. That's what it
Mhm.
is for me. So I'm kind of like the number one fan of the show, I get the ticket to the show every week, and then I get to interact with the guests and the host. So that's pretty cool to me.
Love that. Love
Those are
that.
groupie.
I hear a lot of authenticity in what you're
There you
saying
go,
because
B.
you're showing up authentic. You're not, it's nothing pre-record, nothing pre-scheduled, nothing pre-anything. You're there, you're hearing for the first time, experiencing for the first time, and you are giving authentic responses. So that's powerful. And that's why I think I was so comfortable in my interview even because
Appreciate
you
that.
could feel the authenticity. So that's really, really good. Okay, Boss B. As a woman in this space, okay, how do you use your platform? It could be the Ladies' Diary or any way that you are showing up in Iron Sharpening Iron. How do you use your platform to amplify other women's voices?
Well, like the Ladies' Diary, for example, when they come up with the Gentleman's Journal, I thought, wow, this is so amazing. And I'm so proud that the men have a place to go. But let's put a little bit of a spin on this and have the women have a place too. Because if it's that good for the guys, it's bound to be that good for the gals too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Big Jack, he has plenty of knowledge. I'm sorry, I coined the term Walt Talks, no fluff, just the good stuff, because that is exactly what he brings every time.
Wow.
So even if the gentlemen joined in, which they do, and they call it the battle of sexes,
Right.
I can't see a better balance anywhere else.
Yeah.
So putting the women's voices out there just a little bit more, not only does it bring the women a place, but it also brings them into the battle of the sexes. And maybe we can get different people on the panel with different opinions. And I mean, it blows up from there.
I clearly know why you are Boss B, because behind the scenes, you are definitely giving boss energy and really bringing forth a lot of wonderful ideas and very supportive and a powerful influence. So I'm glad personally, because that's how I got to join the show as well with the Ladies' Diary. I'm glad that you're amplifying women's voices, and I'm really happy that I'll be co-hosting with you. I'm excited about that. Because I think that's really, really, really important.
I don't even want to cut in. I know I keep cutting in, but
you're fine.
Because Boss B, when she came with the team, she just wanted to be in the back. She didn't want to be up on the camera, and I don't even think even in her own channel, a lot of it was faceless content. She says a lot of faceless content. And to get Boss B, the Iron Sharpening Iron again, to the point that she's hosting a show, it took a minute to get her there. And I'm so excited. I was super excited when we said, Walt, I know we were both behind the scenes and watching the Ladies' Diary. And it wasn't watch as like I need to watch over the show because I trust B with all, and I know that she was going to handle her business. But just to see the growth from the first time she walked in and the first time, when she was, better than Nightbot, 100%, knocking people out in the chat. But now to be up on the stage and to deliver the way she did, it was amazing. So in the way we did the Ladies' Diary, and I'm glad B was able to step into that role, because it would have been wrong to give the women a platform, but I'd be still standing up there with it because I couldn't relate like B did. And it was perfect. So that's what took so long to get there. We were able to do the battle of the sexes because we was able to put a mixture of men and women together. But the women did need their platform, and we were wanting to give them their platform. It just needed the person that was going to run it. And Boss B, when she did step up, I mean, you're talking like bases loaded, bottom of the ninth, and the grand slam, and I'm like, wow, holy cow! So 100%, yeah.
Nice.
What was weird to me, not even weird, but it was like B being B and doing what she does. It was a perfect fit. But not on between Jack and I, was there ever a conversation man, I wish B would do this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? But when it happened, it was just like, psh, it makes perfectly good sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
like, and then when I saw the show, I was impressed. I
Yeah.
mean, I, I like to live on life on the third rail sometimes. So I told Jack, man, maybe I should type in the content. I mean, in the comments. Excuse me. Hey, man, maybe one of these ladies will make us a sandwich.
Woo!
But you guys were having so much fun.
Yeah, I
It was
was.
like y'all had so much fun. Like y'all came together. And it felt like Friday night in somebody's living room having wine and just talking stuff.
Yeah.
The only thing y'all were missing was some stupid man coming in there making a chauvinistic comment and eating them alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
so it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it and it was great. And with you, the two of you, I like the way you guys interact. I like the way hey, you kind of play off each other, and then it's like we can do this, we can do that, and then B was never like, oh no, it's my show, and you were like, oh, I'm the newcomer, I'm the newcomer, I don't want to get in the middle of this. It was just like, no, 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 this is perfect. So
like
it's been cool, and back to it happened when it was supposed to happen because I feel that Big Jack's idea, everything along the way is sustainable
right.
going out, so we might not go here, might not go straight up in the sky right away, but he's building a sustainable universe. So it has to be sustainable to be a universe, right?
Yeah.
So that's where
So,
we are.
so,
Yeah.
well, you make me think of something. So,
Hmm.
I've been privileged to watch a few of the interviews,
Hmm.
even before my time,
Hmm.
and consistently I see something.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Oh boy.
you you personally bring a lot of levity, a lot of humor to the show
Okay.
at times.
Hmm.
But one of the
Class
things
clown.
I think you definitely do is you will always ask at least one question that is a cause for pause, where people have to think. And
Wow.
for example,
Hmm.
when you asked me the question about how long I had been teaching, and then and I and then I ended up having to
And
reveal my age. Um,
it wasn't even for that. You know that, right?
I do know that. I
Okay.
do
All
know
right.
that.
Hmm.
I do know that. But I think that that's a part of your um it's an interviewing style because you have to have context. Like you said
There you
earlier.
go. It's context because understand, I
Yep.
was the class clown, and I've had some good teachers along the way, and many
Yeah.
of them who I've been able to contact in my adult life, I've had to apologize to. So, so when I see you, I'm like, wow, like I never had a fly teacher like that. You know what I mean? It's always like all my teachers were like,
Yeah.
like none of them, like my big sister. And I have a cousin who's a history teacher, and
Hmm.
she's just always been my cool big cousin. So I'm like, I just see how you can relate. Not that
Hmm.
you listening to ratchet music, so to speak, but you are aware. You kind
Sometimes.
of, well, sometimes, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I could see like how you can relate to the kids. So that was the
Absolutely.
context, like how long you've been teaching, because you don't walk in there with your eyes open like a deer in the headlights. You're like
Right.
some, even though
Right.
I think at one point you said you were a substitute, right?
Right. I
But
started
you
out as a
That's how
you
substitute.
she
started
started.
out as a substitute, yeah. But you just kind of come in with this confidence,
Right.
and your energy is so good, not arrogant, but just your energy. When we
Thank you.
we had a conversation, I'm just like that's the way, and I'm like, oh man, she's cool, so,
Yeah.
and that's
Well, I
all it
only
is for
brought
me.
it up.
Yeah.
I only brought it up to highlight
Hmm.
that that's a gift that you have. I think that you touched on it. You said I really
Hmm.
have to have context, but I think listeners need to know that is the beauty in how much you pay attention and how you're making those connections. And I always find it, I love it. I'm waiting, and when I watch the other episodes, and I want people to go and watch all those episodes, because that's what you do. You come up with
I
some wonderful
appreciate that.
questions, and
Thank
those questions are it's not uncomfortable. It's just, man, that's a good question type thing. And I saw that with when you interviewed Fedora. I mean, it is just what you do. and just keep
Appreciate
doing it.
that.
You know,
Thank
because
you.
when Walt talks, people listen.
That's
No,
it.
no,
Like
I just want to
Putnam,
know.
like
I just
Putnam
need to
said.
know. I just
You'll
need to know,
put me.
like, what's like how? Okay, what's going on? I need to know that. And
Yeah,
and let me say this. Let me say this. And this, I'm married 30 years,
yeah,
29, going on 30. Sometimes women, and this is not being sexist. I mean, women don't always want you to solve their problems when they
right.
tell you something, right?
That's,
Can we agree on that?
I do.
Well,
Absolutely.
I spent 28 years as a firefighter. You call 911, you have an emergency, I show up, I help solve your problem. So
Mhm.
I've always been that way. And you have to ask, one, you can't judge people, you have to see them where they are. Two, you have to ask questions, even if you're making not even, but when you're making an assessment of the situation in a medical emergency, or even in a fire situation, you need to know what's going on because your decisions are based on the information that you have,
That's
right?
powerful.
So,
Hmm.
so the analogy is you hear the sound of hoofs coming down the hall, clackety, 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 clack. You bet your life it's a horse, right?
Yeah,
Every now and then it's a zebra.
good point.
But how could you know? So now once you know it's a zebra, you got to change your plan and you got to be comfortable enough with who you are to say, man, I missed that one. Now let's get the zebra book out. But a lot of people will just run with the horse scenario because they don't want to look bad. My thing is I want a full understanding of what's happening. And I've been that way, been punished a few times for it, talking back and all that kind of stuff. But it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
People
No,
tell me, oh, I feel like I'm being interrogated.
I love it. I
Hey,
love it.
And
so
Mama
that's
Lons,
what
he
it is.
did say it, and I could speak for this because we flipping the script and we're telling a little bit behind the
Mhm,
scenes.
mhm.
Yes.
Walt does not get the questions. He does
No,
not
I
know. He
know.
doesn't even know who the guest is.
Oh yeah,
He
I don't
barely
want to
getting
know.
thumbnails. He's barely getting the thumbnails to see who the guest is going to be. So,
Right.
but when he
Right.
comes in here, he's just as fresh as everyone else who's like, wow, who is this we getting ready to
Yeah.
But what does
put
that
on?
remind you of? The barbershop. You walk into the barbershop and you got these discussions.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mhm.
at the firehouse, it was the sitting room. You got all these personalities of people having
I see your
conversations.
mouth. Sorry.
People having conversations. Hey, somebody write this guy up, will you? Um,
I'm getting the pen. Where's it at?
Take note.
B,
Somebody
B,
didn't mute their phone.
I'm gonna,
tell you right
I'm
now.
gonna take him off stage. Let me tell you.
Pull him off stage, B. Pull him off stage. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. But anyway,
I
that's
am
what it
back.
is.
Why y'all messing with me? I'm back.
I'm just saying,
Oh
man.
my God, my
Hey,
face is hurting.
hey, hey, look, I'm not the host, but if it were me, I would have kicked him off stage. I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
Well, look,
Oh man.
let me tell you something now. Let me tell you something.
Uh,
I do have my phone muted. I do have my phone on silent.
so that's an emergency call.
There's two people that can get
Say
past
less.
that. There's two.
Oh
I know
yeah,
who it is.
Yeah,
I know
and I
who it
was
is.
one of the two that can get
I
past
got
that.
you. I
So,
got you.
we
and
understand.
the other one is probably where she is in the chat right now, and I know that she can get past as well. So there's two people that can get
Mhm.
past all of those blocks you put up there, and that
Mhm.
was it. So
Hey man.
Okay.
you
Repeat
apologize.
after me. Repeat after me. I don't want no trouble.
I don't want no trouble.
There you go. There you
No,
go. Peace and harmony must prevail at all costs.
Yeah, yeah.
this is my next question is for all of you.
Mhm.
Um, and it's kind of funny that just happened with the ringer. But it's because things happen. How do you balance authenticity and professionalism when tackling tough or emotional topics on air?
Ooh, who are you talking to?
Anyone who wants to answer first.
So let me go first.
No, let me go
No, you
first. I
gotta
can
go.
be
Go
much
ahead, B.
shorter. I can
Go
be
ahead.
much shorter. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I sit
that's a shot.
backstage. Not my problem.
Ah, that's a good one, B. I didn't think about that. That's a
Done.
good one. Because I have actually had tears come to my eyes in some of these stories.
Mhm.
And tears, and some of them been tears of joy. I've been
Mhm.
inspired. But I'm telling you, I've been touched because you really don't know what people go through. And again,
Right.
my background is to help people. That's just what I do. I mean, I see you. I mean,
Mhm.
I like to help people. Um, So when people share these things, and it's kind of not weird, but it's kind of weird because like they say it and don't expect them. It's not like we're digging in their lives, but they're like, wow, I didn't realize I was going to have this conversation. You know what I mean?
Right.
so so it's there's some stories out here. I mean, and it's like wow, and it just puts life in perspective for me. It just lets me know how small and insignificant my problems are in the world. You know, I mean, our problems are our problems, but in the world, you know, I mean, like we've been through 100% of everything. We've come through 100% of everything we've been through because we're still here, right?
Mhm. Right.
So, and Keurig, and I'm going to use Keurig as an example. He said, and I'm probably paraphrasing this, but he said the only three things you leave out of this world with is the love you give, the love you got, and the experiences you have, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's it. So that's where I am, and this show just kind of checks all the boxes for me for that. It just does. It just checks all the boxes. I'm a 61-year-old guy with a high school diploma, some years of college and work. You know, but I never let my formal education, my formal education, get in the way of my formal schooling, get in the way of my education. I think that's Mark Twain. But you know, I just like, man, I just learned so much. I'm just like, wow, like
Mm-hmm.
how do you go through that? You know, you know, and then I'm mad because something happened. It doesn't even touch the surface of what this person's been through in their life.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
see other people and it makes you think,
yeah,
wow, I thought I
yeah,
had it tough. Yeah.
yeah,
And I say that all the time. And I even highlighted when I talked about in my
hmm
interview, and I talked about the number of babies that I lost. But then I
yeah.
said there was
That
there
got
was a
me.
woman in the room with me that had lost 7 and still had 3 beautiful children. And I probably didn't
Yeah,
share it in our episode, but I shared it in another podcast that, as I thought about it, so there's always someone that can top you in your pain,
yes,
so to speak.
yes.
It's unfortunate, but that is a part of life. Big Jack, what do you say about that?
Well, the thing is, I mean, listening to even what Walt said, and like B said, it's not her problem. It is because
It is. I'm
she would
glad.
keep us in line, and that's the
Yeah.
whole thing. So that's why
Mm,
But the other part to this is again, it's the iron sharpening iron.
Yeah.
We don't want everybody to come in softer than us because it wouldn't make us any better. It wouldn't make us
right,
Right.
stronger. So
right.
by them bringing us, not to say we're going out looking for people. I don't put it out there of if sometimes you see on talk shows or TV and all, and you see them asking for certain people to write in if you had this experience because they're going to do a special on that type of
Correct.
discussion.
Yeah.
I don't do that. It's whoever the guest is and whatever your story is, we're going to
Right,
get something out of it. That's what the whole
right.
thing is. Now, recently, I would say probably the last maybe 12 guests, we actually sent out questionnaires. So we
Mm-hmm.
didn't have that before. And we've already had almost 70 guests. So the first 60 something guests, we didn't have a questionnaire. We were
Okay.
just getting it straight. Now, because of the questionnaire, it was something where because I was losing track of the people. I was losing track of, when you only got 10, it's easy to figure out what everybody's doing. When you get up to 60 and 70, now it's like I can't remember that story over this story over because all of these stories are some of it's very similar and then some of them are totally different. But at the same time, you just lose track of who you have. And
Right.
because of that, we started doing the questionnaire. We started saying, okay, can you write in a little bit about yourself? And it helped me come up with the questions
Right.
because now you're trying to put these questions together. And the only reason I send questions to my guests, for those who don't know, again, we're flipping the script. You're learning a little bit about what's going on. It's just so that there's no dead time. There's no empty space.
Right.
There should be no time that we're on the stage and we're not saying something to each other.
Mhm.
So I want to have a conversation with you. I send you 7 questions. If you ever notice, well, you would notice, Mama Lyons, because you got them, and all of them got their questions. Because B was a guest at one time, Walt was a guest.
Yeah,
So, but I send 7 because 7 is my favorite number. So I say
Me
I
too.
7 questions.
Mhm.
7 questions I send to people, and we might not hit not one of those questions
yeah,
or we hit them all. We just didn't.
uh,
I didn't have to ask each question and go down the
yeah.
list like number 1, number 2.
Right.
Right,
We just want to
right,
have a
Right.
conversation, and when you're having a
Yeah.
conversation
right.
with people, they
Right.
tend to open up a lot more and
Yeah,
share because the more comfortable we get, and that's where Walt brings the magic. because Walt, it's like, yeah, I'm more like an interrogator, but then here's the bad cop, but then the good cop comes and say, so tell me, how long you been teaching? And it's like, I wasn't on the list at all. That was one of the, because they had already prepped for my 7 questions, and he threw this 8 question in there. And then it's like, I didn't even think about that. So let me see. Okay. And there we go. So,
But he helped me with that because initially, when he had a 2-hour show or hour plus show, I'll say, because it wasn't always 2 hours, he would do the interview. I'd watch the show, and then I'd come on for the after show, and then we'd have this conversation.
Okay.
So it still required me to look at the show and find the question that he didn't answer. But Jack and I are different,
Right.
right? So we have different perspectives.
Right.
And my perspective, his perspective are not right or wrong. It's just different because we have different life experiences. So now when we condensed it into the show, it's the same concept. I still get to look at the show. I still get to have a conversation. And since we're behind the scenes and full disclosure, and yes, everyone, I'm working on this. I am a work in progress. I know the look on my face is like, ooh, 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 ooh. But and I know that. And I know that. But again, when you say things, I need context, because if you say something, and a lot of times, and if you say something, I just run with what I think, I could be way over here, and that may not even be where you were going. So I just need context to make sure I stay on track, and that's what it is.
Got it.
Just works. Yeah, it just works.
But it's funny because I'm sitting there watching the show. I'm sorry, B. I'm sorry. I'm watching the show and we're interviewing, and I'm talking to our guests, and I can see Walt's head like, like, I see you over there bubbling, Walt. I see you.
And right when it happens in real time, not so much. But when I watch it, I cringe. I'm like, oh man. And the thing is, like he wouldn't. He hadn't said it. No one has said it, but everybody has said it to me at some point in my life. Like, man, like I'm like, bro, I just need context. I need to know, like, wait a minute. Y'all just gonna, so I'm the only one that just heard him say this. So this doesn't, because at that point, which way you going with this, right?
Right.
And I need to know why you going this way. And some people get to the fork in the road and just go straight. I'm like, well, why didn't you just take a left or a right? What made you just run into the wall in front of you? So so I'm working on that. I'm trying to do better, and I can't promise you that I will, but it's blame it on my head, not my heart.
It's all good. It's what makes you again, authenticity. I love it. So I want to switch gears a little bit. I have a question for Big Jack. Your name says it all. Story time. What inspired that persona, and what role does storytelling play in your life and this show?
Oh wow. I've shared this before in one of the videos, but we're going to talk some more about it since you asked the question. You didn't know, so you didn't see that video. But this all started from a book I got when I was 50 years old. When I turned 50, my daughter-in-law sent me a book about me. It was a book for me to fill out. It had all these different blanks in it, and it say, when were you born? Where were you born? What's your favorite food? And all this. And it was for my grandkids, believe it or not.
Right.
So the whole thing with that book was for my grandkids, so I can fill in all these blanks, and they will be able to know more about me by reading this book. But then I'm like, them kids don't want to read no book. Not the book about me. But if I put it on video, if I put it on a video, or put it in social media or whatever, and they can actually watch the videos and I'm telling the story about me, then they might enjoy it, and it'll last even longer, because that book could be lost. But this is on here forever. It's not going anywhere. So, and I was called Big Jack since I was little. So Walt will tell you, there was never a little Jack. There was always a
never
big
little Jack.
And
he was a bully. And he was a bully. Let's leave it at that. And he was a bully. And he was a bully.
But I've always been a big person as far as size and playing sports and things like that. So the Big Jack was always there. And then the story time. So now it's my time to tell my story. It's story time. So that's where Big Jack Storytime came from. That's what the YouTube channel name is, Big Jack Storytime. But when I hit my 50 subscribers, I got 50 subscribers and I could go live on YouTube 100%. Now I'm live on YouTube and I could actually go live. And then I'm up here talking and they're like, I'm lonely. I need somebody up here to talk to. So the first couple of episodes of even the Iron Sharpening Iron Show, the first episode, it wasn't even called the Iron Sharpening Iron Show. It was just two people up here talking, me and Nancy Green. That was the first guest we've ever had. But
Okay.
then after that, that's where we got the name from. But we were using YouTube. It was just me and one person on the stage side by side, and we were going. And then I found, I didn't say I found that boring as well, but it was like, I need more people on the stage. I like this. I like this conversation and the different
Mhm.
perspectives. So that's where we found StreamYard and some other programs or streaming, But
Yeah.
the Big Jack Storytime stayed with me. That's me. I'm Big Jack Storytime. But
Yes.
the show, the universe, and that's just my name.
Yes.
For those who don't know, and you should, because many guests have said it, I've had family on, even my mom has been a guest, but it's Bill Jackson is the name. So I'm Bill Jackson.
Right.
But so it's been cut short, Big Jack, and my mom is Mama Jack. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so that's where that came from, because when I was on the field and she would come out as a parent, and to watch, and everybody, there to go Mama Jack up there, and yeah, so she's a super fan. So thank you, Jack. I even call her Jack. I call her Jack. So people don't even know her name. They're like, "Who are you talking to?" Like, that's my mother. I call her Jack. But anyway, but I
Good.
hope that answered your question on the Big Jack.
Definitely. Yeah, no, definitely. And I think it's important, even though you may have told the story many times, there'll still be new listeners all the
Oh,
time
yeah, yeah.
wondering, where does the Big Jack story time come from? So
The
it
big
doesn't
is
hurt to
me.
keep
I'm big.
sharing.
He's definitely big. Big Jack is a big guy, 100% big. And yeah, I'm not.
Okay. All right.
I'd say
I got
gentle
it.
teddy bear, big old bear, but gentle, very gentle.
I got it. I got
Okay.
it. All right. So I want
Right.
to give some love to Boss B here for a moment. I want to talk
Mhm.
about boss energy and how that shows up when it comes to, because I know you say I'm behind the scenes. I ain't gotta worry, I'm behind the scenes. But the truth is, you being behind the scenes is so important to the production.
Yes.
You are so intricate to every bit of the success of the universe. So what's your how do I want to say let me ask you this. What's your proudest moment as a co-creator in this universe? What's your proudest moment?
My proudest moment. Wow.
There's probably been a few because you're
Yeah.
doing
My proudest moment. You know what? I do have one, and it's recent, very recent.
okay.
I asked Big Jack, "Are you excited now?" And he said yes.
Oh yeah, how about that?
That
Yeah.
was
Tell
a
us more
proud
about
Oh
that.
moment
yeah.
for
Oh
me.
yeah. Good one,
Tell us
B.
more.
I mean, honestly, and it's because I made a promise to the man back
Yes.
in August. I told him, "Look, we've been here the same amount of time.
Yes.
Let's do this. You gave me a safe space, so let me pay it back,
Right.
pay it forward." And we've
Right.
been paying it forward back and forth
Yeah.
for months now.
Back
Yeah.
again.
And I mean, I guess my proudest moment was the day that I saw the short that Big Jack put me in, that I had no idea who he was, but he did it anyway.
Okay.
That too,
Yeah.
it's from the beginning to the present. It's been
An amazing ride.
rewarding. I don't. There's not a good enough word to say what it's been for me, really.
Yeah.
Well, and I can hear it in your voice, and that's what I picked up on when I joined the team. And and earlier I think Walt mentioned, how you and I work so well together.
Yeah.
And it is because your genuine love for this production and what you're doing and the
Absolutely.
work that you're doing, you're so proud of it and it shows. And who wouldn't want to be a part of that universe? So
Absolutely.
I'm definitely excited about that.
I think I just told Big Jack recently too. I'm very proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, it shows. It definitely shows. All right. So I want to do a little bit of closing reflection. All right.
Okay.
So first of all, I guess my next question is, how can listeners support the Iron Sharpening Iron Universe? What can listeners do to really support this wonderful movement?
Keep showing up.
Hmm. Hmm. All
Share,
three of you, yeah.
share and like. I mean, really. See, the
Yeah.
thing is, and Mama Lodge, you're going to learn this, and you're going to see. It was never about the money part of it. You know, yeah, you could be
Hmm.
monetized and you can get membership and all that.
Hmm.
It wasn't. It wasn't even about the clicks and views. Those are part of the program. Don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
Like I said, if Google's going to send me a check, I'm going to cash it. If you know,
Sure.
if a lot of people show up, we're going to. But it started as a show, and now it's a movement, and that's what you
Hmm.
know, and that's real. And so what we can get out of this, if anybody is hitting the like button, leaving comments, and sharing the videos with other people to watch, because that's the whole thing. You know, it's a lot of work that goes into getting the guests and putting the
Hmm.
production on and things like that.
Hmm.
And I don't, you know, I know we say production because that's part of what it is, but you know, we're not putting on a show, but we are bringing real guests on the stage for real talk, real life
Absolutely.
lessons, and all of those things. So
Hmm.
when you have that, and you have someone who's, you know, coming out and sharing their story, you want you and in my mind, and that's why I know B said and Walt, they have to get on me, because I want millions to see this. I want millions to
Right.
hear this story, because I'm like, you know how many lives would change if they would just listen to this story. And when we can't, you know, I can't reach everybody, you know, I can only give you the platform and put it out there. So when I have a guest on the stage, I'm not just seeing them as a guest. Like I say, I tell every last one that's been on this, you are now a Hall of Famer. You're now a part of the family. You're now, come on back. And we bring all these different spin-offs, as we call them, so that we can get you back on, because I know we only scratched the surface of your story. There's no way in the world I got all of your story in that 1 hour that we had
Mhm.
you on the stage. So I need you back for the Lady's Diary. I need you back for the Battle of the Sexes. I need you back for even We Be Jamming, because of the fact that I know you got something else to say that's going to help somebody. And
Right.
if no one else, help me.
Right.
So I need to talk to you some more. You know, we're
Yeah.
only meeting each other on social media. You know, we're not like we grew up together and all of that. So, you know, and we're all over the world, all over. I mean, you're in Arizona, that B's in Texas, Walt's in a part of Maryland that I'm not in, but we're all over the country.
Walt
And
is in DC. Thank you very
all,
much.
okay, he's in DC today. Yeah. So with all that being said, it's just the fact that we come together and we can have this conversation, and it's like, wow. And I can walk away and say, I learned something. So I know I'm probably rambling on with it, but that's I
No,
No,
really
you're not. That's
no, that's
I
it.
really feel that this is more we can grow so much more. That's why, you know, even be, are you happy now or whatever. I'm happy. I've been happy from day one. Like I said, when I got 50 subscribers can go live, I was happy. But I
right.
know if you was in my mind right now, they could see where I see this thing being. It's like we just got so far to go, and we're going to get there.
Well,
And
let's talk about that real quick, because that's my next question is about the vision, right? So there's segments, there's collaborations. Your vision is bigger, and we have to say that, you know, you are the visionary. This is why we are here.
Mhm.
What, give us a glimpse into that future, what it looks like, you know, just a little bit.
I
Right.
mean, we
Well,
got
start with all of the new things that haven't really been launched but are already in the works. What
well,
can
I mean,
you share?
the big thing I think we picked up, really, and Walt could probably even say that too, is when we picked up Boss BTV.
Yeah.
So BBTV Productions, and we you know, it was Boss B having a production company, having someone, because the thing is, I don't see this as just my channel. Like I said, it's
Right.
not about a me, it's a we. And what can I do, and what can we do to launch this thing to make it even bigger than what it is? So having BBTV Productions, and saying, okay, I'm gonna take my brand and put it on your brand, and we're gonna make this thing even bigger. I see this as, YouTube calls us channels. So you have your YouTube channel.
Right.
But I always saw this as a cable network. I always saw it like if you went to what Big Jack Storytime was a network of multiple channels where you could come in at any time of the day and watch something and get something. So but because I only have so much time in the day, Walt don't have so much time in the day, Boss B only have so much time, we were limited to what we could do. We do 2 shows a week. And we do 2 live shows a week. And
With
so then we
guests.
started doing with guests. And
Yeah.
so then, and when we don't edit anything, everything is live. What you get, what you see is what you get.
Right.
And then to try to put more and more to it and make it more entertaining and this and that, the commercials and the logos and all of that. It's a lot of work that goes into to the show. And so, but then it's like, okay, what else can we do? What else can we do? Because like I said, I'm greedy. I can tell you that. I want those guests to come back and keep getting them. So we did the We Be Jamming Live. So that's the last Saturday of every month. We do starts at 9 p.m. and we just started bringing musical artists on, poets, comics, and we reached out to them and got their permission to put their videos on. But it was just a time to say, okay, we focus a lot on just people who are maybe educators or been through this or did different things, but what about the artists? What about those who are out there in YouTube and TikTok and all that who are grinding hard to get their music out? We're giving them a platform. So that's where that came from. So then it was okay, we got that, and then that's the Gentleman's Journal, because I'm a male, I'm 100%, I'm a man, and Walt's a man. So, and I got a lot of my circle that I can put up on this stage and we can have talks about the things that we go through, men, because there's a lot of men out there that won't talk. They won't talk to each other. They won't let those walls down. So if I hear someone else saying it, maybe I'll let my wall down. Okay, and then that's where the Gentleman's Journal came in. But okay, we're not just about men, so I don't want it all to be about men. And a big thing is hard too, Mama Lines, I want to share, and even those who are listening now, trying to do it as a Black man or Black male, African American, and not make the stage just African American, because my circle is all African American is my tight circle, but at the same time, this is not about the Black man side of the coin. So I want the other perspectives. I want to hear what everybody else have to say, hear say, and 100%. So the Gentleman's Journal and making it diverse. And then from there we had the Battle of the Sexes. So the Battle of the Sexes came out of that. So, but again, we do 2 shows a week. We got to find a day. So the last Wednesday of the month, we said the Battle of the Sexes, and we put 3 men and 3 women, and we get them on the stage, and they were going to talk about the different.
Can I interject for a second?
Go ahead.
What team are you on in the Battle of the Sexes? Just asking for a friend.
I'm not on anybody's team. I'm a referee. I'm in the middle.
Okay. All right, I'm just checking, man. I'm just asking for a friend, man. Somebody told me to ask you.
Contact.
But no, and then it's not, and I'm not on any team, because I don't want to. One, I come up with the questions and I'm answering the questions. It just don't make, to me, didn't make sense to it. So and look, and Walt can be the ref. I'll give him the jersey.
No, I don't want to be the ref. That's a dangerous job. That's a dangerous job. That's dangerous.
So, but then when we was doing this for a couple of months, and then I do CB, and then we started moving B into the world, basically. So B started coming on the show at the end of the show to basically say what happened in the chat, what was going on and all. And it's like, well, what can we do about that? Now, how can we not so we fix that, but B needs a bigger role, 100%.
100%.
And so then we had the idea of the Ladies' Diary, which became the first Wednesday of the month, because we do 2 shows a week and we're running out of days of the month, so we had the first one, and then you came on the stage, and you came on with a whole nother level. So again, it's another channel of the cable network, because you came in with the Coach's Corner, because you're bringing that education side. So now the second Sunday of the month will be the Coach's Corner, so that's amazing. And we got so many other shows, because starting in November, on a weekly now, would that be our first daily show? We want to look at that way, a daily show where it be Ask a Bee. Well, Ask a Bee will come in and I guess it's going to be around the noontime slot where we will be on but through the platform, and she'll be answering questions very similar to Dear Abby, but it's going to be Ask a Bee. So if you're out there and you have a question that you want B to answer, send her the email. We'll definitely make sure the email. We got to put that email at the bottom, but definitely you can send it to Big Jack Storytime Guests at gmail.com, and we'll make sure B gets your letter, and you'll hear her read it on Monday through Friday. Another thing we started doing was the trivia time with Big Jack. That's a different thing where I have a trivia question on Monday, answer it on Tuesday, and go all the way through the week. The hard part is the one I give on Friday. You got to wait the weekend to get the answer. You got to wait till Monday to get your Friday question. So people don't
know, B, right?
But
B?
now, if you're a member of the Iron Sharpening Iron Universe, in that sense, you get the questions up front. You get them before, because they normally don't come out till 8 p.m. Eastern time, but now you get them up front if you're a member. So you get to see the question before everybody else gets to say. That's part of being a member. And we're already working on different things to do for people who are becoming members. And I think the membership is what, $199? I think it's $199. Okay. So and again, it's all about, we got the merchandise. I mean, we got t-shirts. I think B's wearing a t-shirt. So she must be. Everyone on the team got their own logo, their own logos on the shirt. The show that they represent has its own shirt. So, and it's going to be cool to start seeing people walking around, and you might see them on the street with one of our, universe shirts on. I think that's amazing. And then, Mama Lyons, you definitely are coming up, and you're pitching a new show that we're going to be putting out soon. So, more, what is it? Let me see, what is it called? The Voices of Resilience.
Yes.
No, is it? That's it? Okay.
Voices of Resilience. Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So, so we're growing. And we're not even, in my mind, we haven't even scratched the surface. So I've already talked with Carrick Ashley, because he is on the board with a cable company, actually real cable company, that we'll be talking down the road, and hopefully we'll take all of this platform and move it. We'll be on YouTube and all that other, but just to have it on a actual cable, network. So those are some of the things that's running through my mind. And
beautiful.
And it's not over. It's not over. We're not even, like you say, scratching the surface. Now, what I did hear, and I'm glad to hear that, is a lot of these shows that we're talking about, like the Voices, Ask a Bee, the Coach's Corner, they might be shows that don't have that 7:00 Eastern time slot, but they might be a weekly show. So that's something that having a team and that's a big thing a lot of people miss, that only have their channel. When you have a team, you have that, you're coming in with support. So a person who was like, I was trying to get my channel started, I didn't know what to do, and I'm out there, you're working by yourself. None of us in here are working by ourselves, and that's the huge part right there, because you can bounce your idea off of someone, and then have someone behind the scenes working and helping you build a logo, come up with this, come up with that, and those are huge things that now I can't pay y'all.
Oh, you paying me,
what
bro.
do I say?
I'm paying.
They all say it.
I'm paid in full. I'm paid in full.
And that's the true.
We're all growing and glowing, right?
Yeah,
that's the true blessing. I mean, really, that's the true blessing right there, because the fact that and if you did it and you knew how much work went in, you were like, this is a full-time job. But because
I'm gonna have that conversation with you.
Yeah, and the thing is, because it is a full-time job, because you but you want to be here on time, on the days that you set aside, because there's people like they are now that's watching, and they're listening, and they're faithful, and they're subscribers, and they're here. So if you're going to be here, I'm going to be here. And we've had that. We've been on vacation. I've been we went live from, I was in Alabama, I was in Texas, I was in Pittsburgh, but the show goes on. And because of that, that's where the blessing of this group is.
Absolutely.
We've opened up. Like, I don't have a password. Boss B has full access to everything. So I don't. She gets on me because she puts up videos sometimes I haven't even seen. Did you see it? Like, I ain't seen it yet. but it doesn't, because the idea is to put more and more material out there for the people that's viewing it. It's not for me. It's for them. So yeah, it's wonderful. Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I think sharing the vision, it casting that vision for other people to be able to see what they can look forward to is always exciting. And just the fact that you are owning up to the word universe, because truly that's what's being created. It's an iron sharpening iron universe, where there are so many stars in the constellation, so many opportunities for people to grow and to glow and to walk in their purpose. One of the things I noticed that I love about what you do with the different segments is, not only do you allow people to highlight what they want to highlight, but you also showcase them. You showcase their talent, like you did with Fedora. So it's not just what they have to say, but it's also illustrating what they can do. And I think that's powerful. And I think that you offer so much within this for guests to come on. And again, for people to want to share their story, I believe there's so many people out there that would just long for the opportunity to step up and say, here I am. This is what I've experienced in life. This is how I got to where I am. I need somebody to know. I want to share it, because I always say, if I can collapse the time frame for another person to not experience what I experienced, then I've done a good thing.
That part.
Not everyone has to go through the things that they go through. If they can,
and not everyone will listen. And not everyone will listen.
That's true. But those who will, and there are many that do. So this is what this is all about. So this is really exciting. I want to close with one thing. I need from each of you one word, just one word, and then we can close. So we'll start with B. What's one word that you want to share with people?
One word. Wow. Together.
There's so many. There's so many you can choose from, like thousands.
Together.
Together. Okay. I love it. Together.
Together. Can't do this alone.
Together. That's beautiful. Okay. All right. Walt?
Respect.
Okay.
Respect.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Big Jack?
Yeah, B took my word.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, very good. But
it's because she's got all your passwords. See how they go?
That's right. You're sharing your brain now.
Well,
I'm a
dancer, man.
I'm gonna go with if I had to pick a word, be courage.
I love it.
Because it takes a lot to step out on this stage and to share your story, and that courage that we see week in and week out of thank you. To the point, and I know you just said one word, but Big Jack ain't just do it. Everything's a story time.
That's right.
It's been time that Walt and I have had conversations after the show about, like, should we cut that out or whatever, because they shared so much of the story, like, whoa, wait a minute. And it's like, no, because they shared it. They put it out there. We didn't dig and try to pull anything. They shared their story. They wanted to be said and told. And for us to cut it because it bothered me or made me feel funny.
Right.
That's not what our show is about. It's not about that. I'm letting you have the platform. We're here as not so much as a guest like you are now. You're putting us on the spot in a sense. But that's how our guest is. It's like, this is your time to share your story. We'll ask a little questions to get it out, but you tell us what you want us to know, and we're right here with you to the end. And I think that's what makes a lot of people say how comfortable they felt when it was all
That
said.
part.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
That's
because
the perspective right there. Everyone feels
Absolutely.
like comfortable. And that's the greatest compliment a guest can pay us,
yeah,
because they
Absolutely.
feel comfortable. It's like I felt comfortable. And to his point, there have been times I'm like, Jack, man, you got to whoa. And he'll show me an email or a text from the guest saying that that's the part that they love the most, that because
Yeah.
the clips will show, I mean, the shorts will show from the clips of the show, correct?
right, correct.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know I jacked that one up. But
We
anyway,
know what you mean.
thank you. So I'm like, hey man, whew. I mean, because again, I got to listen to them for an hour. But when you see the clip or the short, there's
Yeah.
no context.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I was there and that just hit me wrong. And I know what she said because I was there, but that wasn't, it didn't feel like the context because I had the luxury of having a full conversation with the person,
Hmm.
And he'll send me, he shut me down like 3 or 4 times so far. He'll send me an email or a text. Be like, hey man, that's it. Because to the person who's telling their story, I mean, they just feel like they just got it off of their chest almost. And I'm glad we can share that. And it's, again, it's organic. And no one has ever said to us, I wish you hadn't asked me that.
Mm,
I've
no,
heard that's a great question, but nobody said, man, you guys, I wasn't expecting. No, it's like, oh, some people have said, Zach, I believe,
mhm,
said, man, most people won't ask me these questions. Like they dance around these
Yeah.
questions. And he said, man, you guys are asking some serious questions. And I appreciate that. And you can go see the story of Zach. He was a Zach Tidwell, correct?
yeah,
Hmm.
too
He was,
well. Yep,
yeah, Zach Tidwell. And,
Yeah.
he had an incredible story,
yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's just like, wow. Yeah.
Even with the Zach story, a lot of people don't know it because you don't see it like that. But we had to
Mm.
change the whole format of the show.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
use StreamYard, but Zach, because he was a blind guest that we had, totally blind, and losing his hearing in one ear and this and that. So the program that he used to be able to be on social media like he was and able to do that interview, StreamYard doesn't support it. So we had to use Zoom. We actually changed and actually had to get a Zoom program just so we can have that. So again, it's not about me. It's the we to get that person on the stage because to miss that story, to miss the things that he had to say would have been oh no, I'm not changing my stream. You have to it's not I will adjust my best to you so that we can get you on the stage. Go
But
ahead.
he said that. He
Yeah.
said that. He said, man, there's so many people who, I mean, he like, man, I really appreciate you guys doing this. It wasn't even, it was a conversation. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna be on Zoom instead of WitchCon. And I'm not even pushing buttons, so that doesn't even affect me at all. But
Mhm.
he's like, man, I want to tell my story, and I know a lot of people want to hear it. But he
Hmm.
said, you'd be surprised how many people won't go because everybody's using StreamYard, I guess, won't go to Zoom. And he said, and he acted as if we had just done something big. And I'm like, that was never even a conversation.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, we're going to be on because Jack would send me a link to the show, and it was a Zoom link instead of a StreamYard link. Is that right, Jack?
That's how it
Yep.
works. Yep.
So that's how it was. And another thing, and he's not going to tell you this, and B's not going to tell you this, but let me say this because I'm the spectator here. I'm the person that doesn't have a show. I didn't have. I'm not a YouTuber, but let me say this: B had her. B was going better than Nightbot. She was going. Jack incorporated B into the family, and B was open to that, and Jack was open to that. You were doing what you were doing with your resilience, but you still came into the universe, right?
Right.
And so he creates these opportunities, and again, I call them all shucks who me because everyone doesn't do that, especially in the world of YouTube when people are fighting for content likes and shares, right?
Right.
So for me, when he told me what he was doing, I'm like, oh man, I got you. I mean, yeah, I'm in because I know he didn't even tell me, hey man, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think? So he had already made his mind up because I've known this guy a long time. So when he told me, he already told me what he was doing. I'm like, man, so when were you going to tell me? When was I going to find this out? So I felt a certain kind of way about that. But then, and then next thing you know, I'm on the show as a guest, and then I'm his sidekick. So, but he creates opportunities because he does have the big vision, and he makes people feel welcome. I have never seen anyone mention something, just matter of factly mention something that they were trying to accomplish that he didn't try to figure a way to help them out and solve their problems. Be it a logo, be it some StreamYard stuff or whatever. So, and he's not going to say that, so I got to say that. And out of respect for the three of you and the work that you put into it, I see how hard you work. I see it because I'm the outsider looking in, relatively speaking.
Well, don't you see 4 people? Did you say 3?
I said, you caught that. You caught that. See what I mean? She caught it. She caught it. She caught it. She caught it.
Yeah,
very good.
You got
Touche.
it right. Well, 3.
Touche, I'll say. But my point is, it's like you guys are working hard, and it's almost like when I see some of the shows, and no disrespect to anybody else's show, because I look at a lot of content like you, but some of the stuff that we scroll through, let's say that, I'm like, man, this is almost disrespectful to what you do, to how you guys operate, to how we operate. I mean, because he's really trying to build something here. He's not trying. It's something sustainable, and I'm all for that.
And it's for others.
Yeah.
And that's
that's my point. It's for others. So when he said he wished 1 million people would see it, I'm like, but you know what?
And they
sometimes
will.
Because it's memorialized on the internet. So absolutely. And then I've told him everybody to be like, oh yeah, man, I remember when I was there, man, when and that's the way the world works.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Okay, well, so one word didn't work with this crew.
Well, it did work.
However, I'm never going to do that again.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
You can't have a show that's called StoryTime or anybody called StoryTime, like he said, and ask for one word.
B looked and said, bless her heart.
All the words that were shared, I think the message is clear. I think it's about togetherness and courage and collaboration and resilience and all of these wonderful words that we typically toss around. At the end of the day, it's really about, do you walk your talk? I believe that this Iron Sharpening Iron Universe definitely walks its talk. I am very grateful that I had an opportunity to interview you. I feel closer to all 3 of you now.
3?
And 3. 3.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just checking.
Unless I start talking about myself in the third person.
I mean,
So thank you so much for being vulnerable and transparent and sharing more with your listeners. I know you're going to do this again and again and again over time, but thank you for allowing me to host this today, because this has truly been very rewarding, and I'm excited to be a part of the universe.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Absolutely.
100%. Yes, welcome. Yeah, you are. You're a huge part of the team. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So we flipped that script. And for everyone out there, we thank you for tuning in with us. I hope you learned something about us. I like when we do the flip the script, because it does get a chance to get to know who we are. And I get to learn something from my team. I have a really good team, and I'm super blessed by that. So thank you for being with us and hanging out with us. Tune in. What's the day? Wednesday. Tune in Sunday. We're getting in. Like I say, we're going into the week now. What's coming up Sunday?
That's a good question.
Is that the last Sunday?
No. One more.
We got one more week before that.
Yep.
Okay. I better look at my schedule, see what we
before Hell Week.
Yeah. Okay.
Weekly Jamming will be at the end, right?
Yeah, Weekly Jam is the last Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I gotta look at my schedule to see what we got cooking.
I'm looking right now.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So today is the 22nd, right? So the last
Today's-
Saturday
yeah,
is the 25th. Yeah, Saturday is
Yeah,
the
it
we going
is.
into the week. Yeah,
We be
yeah,
jamming.
we be jamming. Yeah,
Today's the 21st though, but yeah, but Saturday is the 25th.
It is the
well, the
22nd.
23rd. Right now, look, I'm confused. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, we're
Look,
good.
I work Monday
Yeah.
through Friday,
Right.
and I can't tell you what day of the week it is. I just know it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Today
So,
is
anyway,
Wednesday, the 22nd.
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. That's why I'm
Yes.
That's right. I almost tried to get him. I tried to get him. He wouldn't go for it.
So,
He saw me
thank
look
you.
away from the camera.
Look,
I tried
look,
to
I'm
get
looking
him.
at the schedule. So but anyway,
Oh,
thank you
man.
all for being out here with us. Thank you for hanging with us. Tune in because we're getting ready to go into the I'll say our busy week, but we got a lot of good stuff coming up this at the end of this month. We've had good stuff all month. It's been a really special month. And I thank you all for being and hanging out here with us. So until next time, I'm gonna ask you all to stay sharp and we'll talk to you later. All right.